about reading goals is they're more like guidelines. Hello, my lovely friend, it's Margaret. Welcome back to the channel. Today, it is time to check in with the 2024 reading goals and see how that informs our 2025 ones. Welcome to day 5 of the 12 Days of Margaret. If you're new here, 12 Days of Margaret is just my little title for my end of the year content. I do 12 videos starting on my birthday and go all the way into January with them. We're running a little bit behind this year. Don't worry, we got you. Here's my thing about reading goals, because I know that there are a lot of people that are like, yeah, I'm not going to worry about reading goals. I'm not going to worry about the number of books read. I understand that. I need to at least sit down and think about what I want to do in order for anything to get done. Sometimes it helps to kind of put some intentionality behind my reading year. All of that said, they're loose guidelines. If I don't make a goal at the end of the year, I'm gonna beat myself up about it a little bit and then we're gonna move on. So let's sit down and talk about what my 2024 reading goals are. I have my reading journal, which is mostly just where I put this spread. That's it. That's all that I ever use in this journal. Every year, I set I want to read at 100 books. Last year, I missed it by like 11 books, I want to say, because I mistakenly thought that I'd had read more books than I had. This year, I did actually make it to 100 books. I've made it so far to 103 books. It's looking like it'll probably be about 104. Didn't even have to think about it. Didn't even have to try with that one. I just happened to do a lot of stuff that involved a lot of me reading. So it was very easy for me to sit down and get all of this stuff. The other goal that I do every year is to make sure that at least 50 of the books that I read are by BIPOC authors. We're sitting at 48. I was also supposed to make progress in, get caught up, or finish 6 series. I managed to do that by July. My next goal for this year was to read 24 books from my TBR. We got to 17. My physical TBR. There is a video that's already come out for what my physical TBR looks like going into 2025. If you want to watch that, I will have it linked up here. I am trying to cut this thing down. I'm trying to get rid of books. I'm trying to have less that I haven't read. My goal is to eventually get my physical TBR so that it's just the tops of the 3 shelves that I have all of it on. I'm not using my desk. I'm not using like piles on the floor the way that I am currently using them. We're not there yet, but we are going to get there. I also wanted to read 20 science fiction books in the year of 2024. We didn't quite make that. We made it to 14. We're shy by 6. I'm not gonna, that's not close enough that I feel like neither of these goals are close enough that I feel I could fix this. The only one that I think I can potentially, the only other goal that I have is to read 6 nonfiction, specifically off of my shelves. I don't think I have anything that is short, so I don't think that that'll be a goal that we are meeting this year, but I may go take a look and see if there's anything that I can read really quickly. I will insert something to tell you guys if I made that goal. Those were what we did for last year. Let's talk about what my goals are going to be for this year. Like I said, I have my regular goals of we're going to read 100 books, and we're going to make sure that at least 50 of those books are by BIPOC authors. In my opinion, as a white person, I feel like that is where we as a book community fall the shortest. I find that when I focus on that, all of the rest follows. I am going to, again, be very intentional about this. Last year, I didn't do great because I, number one, was just in a really bad reading slump last year, but then also I did several projects that involved choosing books from a specific set of books, and those sets of books were largely by white authors. I feel like, considering that I have started doing more projects like that, I want to be more intentional and to make sure that I am balancing out when I'm reading those projects. I think I'm also going to start making reading nonfiction a carry-over goal that just continues from year to year to year. At the very least, it's going to continue on to next year because I didn't read 6 nonfiction. So we're going to do that again. We're going to try reading 6 nonfiction, specifically 6 nonfiction from my shelves. I want to focus on getting some of the nonfiction that I have bought that are sitting on my shelves read, so I can talk about them, I can recommend them, all of those good things. I'm also going to carry over reading 6 series, even though I met that goal, because one of my goals this year is to either get caught up on, finish, or DNF some of the series that I am currently in the middle of. I have a lot of series that, like, there's one book left that I just have the final book that I need to read. I want to get those off of my TBR list and not have to worry about them. So that is a specific goal that I am doing for this year. I am going to be making a video that is going to be me going over all of the series that I need to work on and deciding which ones am I DNFing, which ones am I going to work on this year, and kind of, you know, triaging the whole situation, because I know it's a mess at this point. New goals for 2025. Well, technically this one isn't a new goal, But we're gonna, instead of it, we're just changing the numbers. Instead of 24 books for my physical TBR, we're gonna try and do 25 books for my physical TBR. It felt fitting, and that's a number that divides up quite nicely for my purposes and what I want to do. And the final goal that I have that's like reading focused is I would like to read 20 indie fantasy books. Indie fantasy has really been having its moment lately, and I keep hearing about all of these books that sound so good, but then I never end up picking them up because they're not regularly in the bookstore. So I really want to make sure that I'm focusing on finding those books and reading them and all of that good stuff. I have a project potentially that I am going to be doing that I think may help me with that. We will see. We will see if I can actually get the project done in the amount of time that I need to get it done, because I need to have it done in a couple of months. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Now, in addition to like the hard, crunchy number reading goals, I also have some like channel goals and reading lifestyle goals that are kind of a little bit more ephemeral. I don't tend to set hard number channel goals or discuss hard number channel goals. I just feel like when I set those numbers and then if I don't meet that number, it makes me not feel great about myself. Although I will say I am 200 subscribers past what my goal for this year was for subscriber count. I'm very happy with that. I'm liking how my channel is growing. And I actually have gotten to the point where I can get my first payout from YouTube as well. So that's really cool. That's really fun for me. So let's get into some of the other goals. I would like to do one project video a month. I'm always having all of these reading project ideas, and then I never end up doing them. So I want to sit down and I want to actually plan them out. Like I've already got a couple that I'm planning on doing in the beginning of the year just to get them done. I also would like to start a Patreon. I know that that is one way that creators on the internet support themselves, and especially my current job. My hope is that eventually I will not need to do it. So I would like to have other ways to support myself and pay my bills. So that means that I need to start building these kinds of things and diversifying my streams of income. I also want to, and this depends on how things go with the Supreme Court, but I would also like to continue to build my presence on Book Talk. I've started like posting on TikTok more regularly, not as much about books because just circumstances. I want to start talking more about books. I want to start being more of a book review channel. This channel is a lot more focused on books. My TikTok is never going to be fully focused on books. There's always going to be me talking about other stuff that I enjoy. That's part of why I chose the title or the name, The Word Nerd, because I wanted to be able to expand beyond books, and that kind of encompassed all of the things that I'm interested in. Will I expand beyond books on this channel? I don't know. It depends. Books are always going to be the main focus for me because I love them so much. Another goal that I want to get more consistent with sitting down at a regular time or on a regular basis to edit my videos instead of waiting until the night they are due or the night before I want them to post to sit down and start doing all of that stuff. I want to get more consistent with that. We'll see how that works. Check in. We'll see. I also want to start reading daily, whether it is 1 page or 100 pages. I just want to make sure that every single day I am sitting down to read. That is one of my goals for 2025. We'll see how well that goes. There are a couple of other things that I want to write that I probably should write down, but you guys don't get to know about just yet because I want to surprise you with those. And the final and most important goal I feel is to have fun. I feel like that is something that gets lost a lot of the time when your hobby becomes content. And so I would like to get back to the place where I am enjoying this. I would like to get back to the place where I'm excited. Like, I'm always excited for certain things. I feel like maybe I've struggled a little bit the last couple of years, and that's why I've been less consistent than normal with having fun with my content, instead of just making content for the sake of content. And I don't know how many videos a week that means or a month that means that's going to happen, but I want to recapture the joy and just continue, like, get to a place where I'm having fun and I'm also accomplishing my reading goals. We'll do a check-in for this next year and see how I did. If you're feeling chatty today, I would love to know down in the comments, what are some of your reading goals for 2025? Are you setting any? Or are you just kind of going with the flow? I know there are a couple of people that are like, you know what? We're just going to go with the flow for how things work in 2025. If you are not feeling chatty, no worries. Just leave me a little check mark emoji down there to let me know that you are here. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I will have yesterday's video right up here. That is it for now, my friends. Happy reading, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye!